Hey guys, Magnus Robert here, bringing you another video. So today we're going to be ranking costumes. When I say ranking, we're going to be doing a top 5 for the costumes. So how I've kind of done this is because we got a total of 16 costumes, I believe. So basically I split it into 2 top 5 lists with 3 honourable mentions and 3 dishonourable mentions. That way I essentially rank all the costumes. So I'm going to be going from, of course, here anyway, I'm going to be going from worst to best, so I'll be going from the worst of the best to the best of the best, which will be number 1. So let's start off with some honourable mentions. The first honourable mention is gotta be Lady Milhouse. Yeah, so Lady Milhouse, I don't think it's a terrible costume. Obviously, it comes from the Earthland Realms episode. I think it's got some decent animations, and it looks cool enough. It's a funny, sort of amusing costume for Milhouse. Definitely think it's a good one. Plus, it was free. It was sort of thrown in there with Cleric Marge, so you cannot complain. Yeah, overall, a pretty solid costume. Very good. TickTock Simpson, again, similar thing. I think it's a decent enough costume. It's about on the same level as Lady Milhouse. I put it a little bit above. I just thought Lady Milhouse, I don't know. I feel like they could have done some funnier things with the quest line, but this one was pretty decent. Not an amazing costume by any means, but not a terrible costume either. So yeah, I'm putting TickTock Simpson right here. Donut Homer. I didn't know where to put this one. So originally, like normally, my sort of stance on super premium things is they go right to the top of the worst list. But Donut Homer I really liked, and I didn't think the price was so bad. Like, it still was overpriced, do not get me wrong, but I didn't think it was overpriced by much. I think if it was like $4.99 or like, $4.99 or £4.99 pounds, I honestly probably would have had no complaints and I'd put it higher on the list. But I really like this costume. It's not like Muscular Milhouse, because Muscular Milhouse was just a bad character anyway, so it being like 20 quid and also a bad character, or $20, is sort of makes it even worse, right? Where this is like good, but it was a super premium item. I don't know, I'm putting it here. It doesn't quite make the top 5. I didn't think it would be fair to make the top 5 because of it being super premium, but at the same time, I didn't think it deserved to make the top 5 worst. So that is it going here. If it wasn't super premium, it would be number 1. But because it literally would be number 1 of the year. But because it is super premium, it's got to be a honourable mention, unfortunately. So yeah, that is Donut Homer. So let's get into the actual top 5 list. Starting with number 5, which is Patriotic Homer. So yeah, I think this one was a pretty decent costume. It was fitted into the Summer Games 2020 quite well. It was kind of thrown in there as I think it was the final prize, wasn't it? Was it the final prize? No, the final prize was Stephanie Brotman. I'm being dumb. No, it was kind of thrown in there halfway. So, it's not the only thing that you got in the prize track, so that's good. It's got some okay animations. It's, a decent quest line. Overall, it's a pretty solid costume for Homer. Nothing amazing. Nothing that I'm sort of going crazy about, but certainly a decent costume. So I think it's fair to give it the number 5 spot. Glamour Marge, I feel like I'm saying that wrong. I know I'm saying that wrong. But, yeah, Glamour Marge, that's what I'm calling it, right? Is it Glamazon? I don't even know. Glamour Marge, anyway. Yeah, I like this costume. I thought it was definitely the best costume of the Pride update by far. It's got some very decent animations. I thought the quest line was pretty funny. And it was a great sort of final prize for... Was it actually the 5? Was it the second? No, it was the second to last, wasn't it? I'm always messing this up. Yeah, it's a good prize in the prize track. Again, it was thrown in there. You get 2 costumes in the prize track, so it's not even like, it's a disappointing finale, a disappointing last prize. Definitely one of Marge's better costumes. This was a good year for Marge costumes. We got a lot. And this one was certainly it was a very good one. So I give that one a good thumbs up. Bezelbot, yeah, this one was brilliant. Very cool to get. Obviously, based on it was in the Treehouse of Horror update. Obviously, it was the final prize for Act 2. Was it Act 1? I don't even remember, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't make a big deal. I do think there was some great animations in there. It was a great quest line. The inclusion, the way it was sort of used to run the Treehouse of Horror update. Obviously, Old Scratch kind of ran that update, but Bezelbot was a big part of it too. So, yeah, overall, I think this is a great costume for Bart, and really glad that we got it. But of course, there was another hell child that we got, and that was Lucifer. So, Lucifer is number 2. The only reason why I'm putting this one above Bezelbot is purely because I prefer the animations. There's no other reason. That is the only reason. But I do think that if you have them the other way around, that's completely fine. I do think they're about on par with each other. They're both very good costumes for Bart and Lisa. But they weren't added together, so I didn't think it would be right to put them, together on the list. So I had to kind of say which one was better. I personally think that the look of Lucifer and also the animations are better than the look and the animations of Bezelbot. That's not to say that Bezelbot's look and animations aren't cool. I just think Lucifer's are a tad better, very tad. But if you had it the other way around, I wouldn't blame you. So yeah, Lucifer is number 2. But of course, there has to be a number 1. So can we have that drum roll? Number 1 is Cleric Marge. I wanted this costume for years. Years that I wanted this costume. It was on my top 10 most wanted costumes for a while. I personally think what they did with this was brilliant. It was what I was expecting. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there would have been some tasks that I would have preferred, but animations that I would have preferred. But for what they did, I can't complain. I think they did a decent enough job with it. So yeah, I give this one a huge thumbs up. I think this was definitely a very good year for Marge, and Cleric Marge is one of the better costumes, if not her best costume, that she has. Now, I do think this was also the best part of Gamer Games, the sequel. So that update was not great, and obviously we did have the premium characters, so like Huge Ass, Cosine, Strawberry, and Wally Weasel, and they were all very good characters, but this was like the best free thing that we got in the update, and I kind of think that it sort of redeemed Act 4 a little bit, right? I don't think that event was good, and I don't think even this costume saved it, but this certainly was a sort of, in a pile of shit, this was the one piece of gold, right? So I do think it's a very good costume. I think it deserves number 1. If you disagree with me, you're wrong. But, not joking. If you disagree with me, it's cool. But, that being said, if Donut Homer was not super premium, he would be right here, and Cleric Marge would be number 2. Because that is another costume that I have wanted in the game for a long time. And personally, I think, looks-wise and animations-wise, I kind of prefer that one. I don't know. But this one is definitely a brilliant costume for Marge, and definitely deserves the number 1 spot on this list. So, I hope you enjoyed. Tell me your top 5 costumes, maybe give me some honourable mentions, or just rank them all in this video. I'll be kind of following this video up with a top 5 worst in a few days, or probably tomorrow maybe, I don't know. I've been a bit slow on on videos lately. I've been a bit busy as always. I will start to get in the swing of things eventually, hopefully anyway. But I don't know. I'm like very slowly adapting. I know I've kind of moved now. I've been in this new place for a month. Yeah, I haven't fully got everything sorted. Like, my internet is still not sorted. I'm not even kidding. It's so ridiculous. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.